Day 2 of the Western Athletic Conference tournament wraps up with an in-state rivalry. Southern Utah and Utah Tech clash with their seasons on the line. We take a look at our University Credit Union Western Athletic Conference softball tournament bracket. It's been an exciting Day 2 as the top two seeds, Tarleton State and California Baptist, move on. The Lancers with a 3-1 win in a pitcher's duel this morning, and Tarleton State a 5-2 win before Utah Valley ended UTA's season, setting up tonight's matchup. Welcome inside the Tarleton State softball complex. My name is Kyle Cruz, alongside my broadcast partner, Kendra Sheehan. Danny Weiss will join us later in the dugout. Kendra, Utah Tech today got behind the 8 ball against Tarleton State early on. Battled back, didn't quite have enough gas in the tank.
Yeah, thanks to a Bailey Howley 2-run home run. That was really the lone hit. They ran up against a red-hot Shelby Schultz, doing what she does inside the circle, but credit to Soren Garten only giving up 6 hits to the Texans.
For the Trailblazers, they had their moments earlier on against Tarleton State, the 2 seed, playing on their home facility as the Trailblazers. They played from behind 5-0. They got production defensively, Kendra, and as you mentioned, they found some offensive production late.
It was Bailey Howley, the 2-run home run in the top of the 4th, the lone hit. The Trailblazers need to find a way to get back to that offensive production. The WAC Player of the Year, Kinley Pappas, not her best outing, but she wears her heart on her sleeve, and there's no doubt she'll be back here ready to go.
As I said, the Trailblazers had their moments earlier on against a really good Tarleton State team. One lady they'll need to have their eye on tonight, Michaela Salvatierra. Kendra coming off a strong outing last night in the tournament opener.
Salvatierra went 2 for 4. She first laid down a bunt for a single, then doubled to the left center field in the 5th. She's known as that tough out. And hey, danger isn't averted when she gets on base. She's 10 for 10 stolen bases.
It's another battle of the Beehive State here inside the Lone Star State. They say we do it bigger. Here in Texas, Southern Utah and Utah Tech, they play starting lineup. First pitch comes to you after this on ESPN+. For softball here in Stephenville, Kendra Sheehan, Lexi Wilson gets the ball tonight with the season on the line for Utah Tech.
Lexi Wilson coming in with that 6.07 ERA, 68 innings pitched. I'm looking at the 29 strikeouts to 25 walks, so a little bit inconsistent in finding the zone, but she did pitch in both the wins over Abilene Christian, which is what got the Trailblazers here into the postseason.
We look at her numbers on the season, Wilson an 8-4 record against a 6.07 ERA, 68 innings pitched, 117 hits as we take a look at the starting lineup presented by Gatorade. Kendra, we're going to see a small ball approach tonight from a very disciplined Southern Utah lineup.
This is a team that is heavy in the top half of the batting order. Head coach Don Williams needs to see that bottom part of the lineup turn things over if they want to have success here.
Southern Utah 20-29 following the 3-2 loss to Utah Valley last night. They finished the regular season 6-12 in the league. This one is chopped to the right side. Grabbing it is the second baseman, Drew McCown. She'll straighten and fire over to first base, out number 1. And that's the start Lexi Wilson had envisioned as we look at the defensive alignment. A lot of range left to right across the outfield. Phillips and Embry. Good job shoring things up as it will bring up Michaela Salvatierra.
How about an interesting defensive alignment? Your WAC Player of the Year, Kinley Pappas, is behind the dish. She does duel as a catcher at times, so head coach Randy Simpkins putting her back there.
Salvatierra was our Game 1 featured player in our Open tonight. Game 1 and Adidas, the brands behind your brand, their official apparel partners of the Western Athletic Conferences. This one is taken down and away, 3-0. Lexi Wilson, who comes from good stock. Her dad, Chris, pitched at Indiana. She's more than familiar with Southern Utah. Pitched in a couple of games against the Thunderbirds in the regular season as that pitch is taken for a strike. Through 4 1/3 innings and picked up the victory in a 13-5 win. Scattered 5 hits, gave up a lone run, and then pitched 2 innings, collected a no decision. She gave up 2 runs, scattered 4 hits as this one's driven to center field. Back goes the center fielder, and LB Kahahawe Kekona will throw it in, and it is going to be a triple for Michaela Salvatierra, her 4th of the season. And Kendra, it is Southern Utah with the first scoring threat of the night.
A great swing by Salvatierra. She's quick on the bases. And look at that, the center fielder was a gap right there down the middle of the ballpark. Salvatierra saw it, was able to crank it there, and then gets herself a triple. Great start for Southern Utah, who struggled to get the offense in rhythm, see what they could do here.
Salvatierra can move. She has 10 stolen bases on the year. The rest of her teammates in the starting lineup have 10, so it shows you. She's got next level speed, finds herself on third base, 60 feet away from giving Southern Utah, the 5 seed, the early lead. We mentioned their record earlier. Utah Tech 19-33 coming into tonight's game. They're 1-1 so far in the conference tournament, a win over UTA and a loss to Tarleton State. They went 5-13 in the regular season to earn the number 6 seed. 1-1 offering. That one is driven to right field. Ranging over is the right fielder, and making the catch is Kennedy Embry. Coming home to score easily is Michaela Salvatierra, and Southern Utah will take the early 1-0 lead.
Becerra, the freshman, just doing what she needs to there. Goes deep enough into right field that she can bring home Salvatierra, and this is what the Thunderbirds are looking for, getting off to that fast start and keeping that momentum.
38th RBI of the season from Mackenzie Becerra as Ariana Ramirez digs in. Ramirez, a .391 hitter on the season, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. A 1 offering. Outside. Brings the count to 1-1. 1 offering is driven to center field. That one is going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to get by the center fielder. Coming over to make the play is the left fielder, Phillips. By the time she gets it in, Ariana Ramirez stands at second base. And now another 2-out opportunity for the Thunderbirds.
And this is something we've seen with Utah Tech. They've struggled defensively. This was a tough ball for LB to run onto, and she just doesn't have the glove down, runs past it, which allows Ramirez to get to second. But one thing you'll notice about Lexi Wilson inside the circle, very calm with her demeanor, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. It's one of the things that head coach Randy Simpkins loves about her. But here she needs to start bringing some good stuff as she's in the heart of the order with Lyra Munoz, Toscano potentially.
1-0 offering, foul tipped off the mask. Savannah Lyra, designated player, a 300 average on the season, 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in. As a quick visit to the mound, Utah Tech wants to get organized early on. And Kendra, the Trailblazers know the value of getting out and ahead early. They did that last night playing from ahead against UTA.
That's where they saw their success when they get ahead. They've struggled at times when they're behind, and they just can't overcome the big inning. So, right, just one run has come across. Let's get out of this inning and move forward and hope our bats can get hot and we can make this a close game early.
Savannah Lyra going to be a tough one to retire. Mentioned it yesterday, an unbelievable 696 batting average her senior year at Fontana High School. She's been terrific in the middle of the order this year as that one is taken outside for a ball, a good take that evens the count at 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second base.
Wilson, really good with the curve and the rise, has been working on that drop ball. He's also been working on the changeup as well, trying to get that second best pitch going.
An all-region member of the first team variety at Chaparral High School. This one's taken down and in. And now first and second, 2 away. And that'll bring up the backstop, Cassidy Munoz. Munoz, a .236 hitter on the season. No home runs, 16 RBI. As Lexi Wilson continues to labor here in the first inning. One's down and away for a ball, and Kinley Pappas wants to come out and try to settle down her right-hander, who was third on the team last year with 23 appearances, made 4 starts as a freshman a year ago. So it just shows you the growth she's had from year 1 to year 2. Her ability to pitch into the postseason here, although only her 5th start of the 2026 season, so growing slowly into her shoes as one of the primary arms out of the circle as that one is taken inside for a ball, 2-0. Now, Kendra, as you play into the elimination bracket, you got to go a little deeper into that pitching staff at times to try to preserve everybody for the weekend.
And I think the leash is short for this one, especially being that it's win or go home. And so if Lexi Wilson doesn't have it early, can you go back to Delaney Wright? You have Riley Price. You have Cameron Pickett, who can eat up some innings. Soren Garten has gone the distance. But that's what this is in softball. You're not limited on your pitches. It's just, can you do it?
This time of year, there is that delicate balance of that got to win now and also thinking of the bigger picture as this one is taken for a called strike. And now with a full count and runners at first and second and 2 away, that will have everybody moving on the delivery from Wilson, so an extra base hit could make it a 3-0 game. This one's fouled back. Good cut that time by Munoz.
Munoz, she's a tough out. You know, she's gotten hot as of late, but you'll notice sometimes her got that late barrel swing, but pays off.
Twice right there that she leaves it on the outer half. Courtney Littledike did not like where that one was. He is joined by Jerry Jones on the first base side of things, and then Josh Forberger, the keep everything in order down the third baseline tonight as Southern Utah chance to put up a crooked number early on. Kendra talked about it earlier in the inning. That's been the Achilles heel at times this year for the Trail Blazers. Is this one taken for a called strike? Good job by Wilson jumping ahead.
One thing that Coach Simpkins likes about Wilson is her ability to work herself out of jams. That's why she's earned her spot inside the circle. Can she do it here?
That one is taken for a called strike. So now 0-2. And Alea Toscano is going to have to battle. 275 hitter on the season, a home run, 17 RBI. She does a good job leaving it outside, and a good job by Wilson painting the corners, just couldn't get the call.
Wilson pushing a little bit on that outside corner, hoping Toscano would chase it. Good eye inside the batter's box there.
This one's looped into center field. This could be trouble. It's going to get down for a base hit. That one gets away from the center fielder. They'll play this one back into home as the run will score, and the base is clear as Alea Toscano. The base hit, couple of fielding miscues, and in the blink of an eye, Southern Utah with a 3-0 lead.
Wilson just leaves that over the plate. Toscano gets under that, and this is almost back-to-back errors from LB out in the outfield, running down the ball, just gets a little bit too excited. Got a cannon of an arm to bring it back, but too late for Southern Utah, who's able to bring 3 home.
And that hole not quite, I should say a little bit deeper than I thought there. A 4-0 game, I should say, as it's a 3-run knock there. They will likely credit her with 2 RBIs, and then the error scores the 3rd run as Randy Simpkins is going to stick with his right-hander, Lexi Wilson, as that's going to bring up Tawny Mazaris. That is a huge error early in this game, and now Utah Tech, who jumped out to the early lead last night against UTA, they find themselves in the opposite position this evening.
And this is tough. I mean, you give up 4 in the first inning. A long game ahead, but Utah Tech, they can't get defeated by this. You got to focus on getting this final out and get out of the inning.
32 pitches in what has been a marathon first inning for Lexi Wilson, as it is a 1-1 count on Mazaris, 174 hitter on the season. No home run or RBI to speak of, playing second base for the Thunderbirds as she drives this one deep left field. Back goes the left fielder, and this one is gone. Tawny Mazaris doesn't even know it, but it's a 6-0 game as she will touch them all at the Tarleton State Softball Complex.
Huge at-bat for Tawny Mazzara. We talked at the beginning about Southern Utah needing that bottom half of the lineup to produce. And how about Alea Toscano, the 2 RBI single that actually brings in 3 with the air. And then you get a 2-run bomb from Tawny Mazzaris. Talk about everything working right now. Pulls it all the way to the left field, over the wall. Heck of a start for the Thunderbirds.
First home run of the season for the Thunderbirds second baseman, and she has blown it open here in the first inning. Utah Tech will make the change. As they make the change, we take the break. Back after this on ESPN+. State softball complex. Kendra, this game's gotten away from Utah Tech a little bit. They will look to Delaney Wright to try to right the course.
Head coach Randy Simpkins looking to change it up. Went from the right-handed pitcher Lexi Wilson to the left-handed freshman Delaney Wright. She pitched 2 innings in the win over UT Arlington, had the lone strikeout. She has the ability to hit the spots. The changeup is the great equalizer. I think really just trying to get Southern Utah off balance, throw something new at this Thunderbirds offense.
Most importantly, get out of this first inning as Isabella Knight, the shortstop, stands at the plate, a 178 hitter on the season. A couple of home runs, 9 RBI as the Trailblazers southpaw out of Timberline High School, hometown of Boise, Idaho. There's this one over the outside half, but out of the strike zone. The Idaho Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior. 1.65 ERA in over 135 innings. Rocks and 5, taken for a called strike, brings the count to 2-1. Look at Delaney Wright. She had plenty of suitors, a laundry list. Boise State, Florida International, Tulsa, North Dakota, North Texas, Weber State, Northern Colorado, just to name a few, as this one is driven to center field. Back goes LB Kahawe Kekona. She makes the call and the catch for the final out of the inning, but the Thunderbirds, they make some noise early offensively. 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors, nobody stranded. To the bottom of the first we go. Southern Utah 6 and Utah Tech coming to bat.
Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Back to Stephenville and the Western Athletic Conference softball tournament. Utah Tech will get their first swings. They'll have a big challenge tonight. Kendra Delaney Baker in the circle for Southern Utah.
Delaney Baker has been solid for this program. You look at some of her numbers, but she's that hard down ball pitcher. She's got a great off-speed pitch. She has the ability to locate the zone, so she'll have that drop ball to dip off a bit, but she'll get batters to chase, and that's a big part of what has made her so successful. But because of that, that defense needs to be ready. She's going to drive a lot of ground balls to the infield.
2-time first-team All-State member at Farmington High School. Also, first-team All-State in basketball as well. So Delaney Baker could get it on the hardwood as too whenever she was in her high school career, as it is a 2-1 count on the leadoff hitter, Sadie Phillips, patrolling left field for Randy Simpkins. Swings through that one 2-2. A .355 hitter in the leadoff spot. No home runs, 8 RBI. .411 on base percentage, 19 of 20 on the base pass. So she's checked all the boxes this year in that leadoff spot. 2-2 offering.
She's still seeking her first home run of the season. I love the conversation with Coach Simpkins. He said, first game of the season, she's 6'2", and she goes, Coach, I'm going to get my home run here at this at-bat. She dribbles it about 8 feet away from the hit, but loves the intensity.
And thrown out as she comes out. Empty there as Baker blows it by as we take a look at the starting lineups presented by SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference. And Kendra, when you look at this lineup, Kinley Pappas and that .455 batting average, hard not to focus in there.
She's been so good for this program all season long. She went 4 for 4 in their win, 0 for 3 in their loss, and you can see the emotion all over her face. She's that competitor. She doesn't even like when she goes 1 for 3 or 2 for 4. She's never satisfied, so that 0-3 start has to be eating at her. You know she's coming to the plate hungry.
Eugene native, four-year starter at catcher, outfield, and first base at Sheldon High School. Back-to-back state champion with the Irish. Right at the center of it. 1-1 offering, down and away for a ball. Comes from another family with good stock. Her dad, Thomas, ran track at the University of Tennessee for competing professionally, ended up going on to the Olympics. And then her mother, Kimberly, competed in track and volleyball at Northern Colorado before she ran track professionally. So the Pappas family can move.
A lot of speed, but Kinley opting to go the softball route, making her own journey outside of her family, and an elite softball player she has become early in her career.
Got to give her credit, too. She's 11-12 on the paths, so she can move as well when given the opportunity. And that's really something, the top of this lineup, Kendra, that stands out. Got to find your way on base first. 19 for Sadie Phillips, 11 for Kinley, 14 more for LB, so a lot of different ladies up top who can play for the Trailblazers and can move when they get on the paths. As that one is taken down and away, they'll get an opportunity here.
I like the eye at the plate for Pappas, just staying disciplined, drew the walk. Hey, you didn't get on base today. You find a way to do that here.
Let's take a look at the defensive alignment behind Delaney Baker and Kendra. That threesome in the outfield for Southern Utah. They were outstanding defensively against Utah Valley last night.
My goodness, they are scary in the outfield. They can move. They cover so much ground. It was a big highlight for Coach Williams, returning a ton of experience there in the outfield. They'll rob a hitter, too, if they give it the opportunity.
Speaking of an experienced outfielder, it is LB Kahahawe Kekona who stands at the plate. He'll be a .401 hitter on the season, 4 home runs, 28 RBI. You look at her slash line. .401 average, .451 on base, .591 she's slugging as she hits this one right at the second baseman, Mazaris, as they turn the 4-6-3 double play, 2 for the price of 1, as the Thunderbirds are out of the first inning. For Utah Tech, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody stranded, a full inning in the books early on. It's all Southern Utah, 6-0. We take a look at our production crew trivia. And I'm going to let Kendra Sheehan roll on this one. Blaine Temez snuck this one in on us, and I think he did that on purpose, as this one is bunted foul down the third baseline by Terrelyn Ollison, the left fielder. Second inning, her second time to the plate.
You know, there were a couple of them in there. I'm not sure. Part of me wants to go with the Mean Girls. She doesn't even go here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not super confident. I'm about...
So the 0-1, that's what I was going to say, is that was a quick trigger for us to have to figure that one out. As the 0-1 offering from Delaney Wright. This one's going to be grounded back through the circle. And the Southern Utah offense, it just keeps churning here in inning number 2.
You know, I like the adjustment at the plate from Ollison, too. You know, she was one of the few that got out. She grounded out to second her first at-bat. She said, hey, I want to get in on the hitting party. I'll go right up the middle.
As we take another look again.
Now batting for the Thunderbirds, number 4,
Is it nobody puts baby in a corner? What, like it's hard, or she doesn't even go here? Those are the 3. It's probably the 2 that I'm not saying.
Figure out which it is in the bottom of the second. As this one is taken by the 2-hole hitter, Michaela Salvatierra, right fielder. 1 for 1, tripled, and then came home to score a run. She really kick-started that energy in the first inning for Southern Utah.
You know, she was recruited by a lot of Power 4 schools, but she wanted to go to that small school. She's introverted, and head coach Don Williams said she was fortunate that she committed to the Thunderbirds and made Cedar City her home.
Swings through this one, 2-1. Someone would look at the score, their game last night against Utah Valley, Kendra, and assume the 3-2 score, it's just a pure pitcher's duel. But you keep in mind, Southern Utah, they had 9 hits. They had 3 consecutive innings, second, third, and fourth, where they would leave the bases loaded. And so they were a couple of hits away from 6, 7, 8, 9 runs last night. They've broken through early this evening.
Yeah, good to see for Southern Utah, who you mentioned. I mean, it was 3 straight bases loaded that they stranded, which is always tough, and I'm sure it drove head coach Don Williams crazy that they couldn't just bring home a runner, executing on all cylinders here. Now defensively, great job for the double play, and offensively, the bats are hot.
Talk about making adjustments still early in this game. 2 for 2 with runners on, 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position, and 3 for 4 with 2 outs. Southern Utah, they are finding the big hits early on. Big reason they lead at 6-0 is this one's chopped foul down the first baseline. If you didn't join us for yesterday's game, Lily Riley with a terrific effort in the circle. And to be fair, Riley Nielsen, she matched her pitch for 4 innings. A couple of big hits in that game from both sides. As this one is fouled off. And what was a back-and-forth affair, this one has been very one-sided early on.
Salvatierra itching for another big hit. She's that triple threat lefty slapper. She can drive the gap. We mentioned her on the base pads.
Going to be a tough play here. She runs well. Ranging over is the second baseman. Not nearly enough time for McCown to get it over there. So first and second, nobody out. And tough break for Delaney Wright. Weak contact. Salvatierra just runs entirely too well.
Yeah, Salvatierra, I mean, she is so fast. Dribbles that one off the bat. And my goodness, I mean, she's there within plenty of time.
She's slowing down. By the time that ball is getting over to first base, she could flat out move. As Utah Tech going to gather as they're getting to a danger point here in game number 2. Still a lot of softball to play, and keep in mind this is a crew that scored 7 runs in a win last night, but you let Southern Utah distance themselves too far early on, it's going to be a hill you just can't climb.
And this is a team that's also been inconsistent throughout the course of a game. It's really hard for this program to put together all of the pieces. Even when they do have a lead, Coach Simpkins had mentioned we struggled to maintain in a lot of the games. They went on an 8-game losing streak. They just struggled to hold on in the end. They were able to do so. UT Arlington made a valiant comeback. But here, when you look at a 6-run first inning, it's going to be tough.
1-0 The count. 2 on, nobody out. Wright peers in, Roxon fires. That one misses outside for a ball. 2-0. Wright pitched once against Southern Utah in the regular season. Came back on March the 27th as she went an inning and 2/3, scattered 6 hits, gave up 4 runs, albeit only one of them were earned. And what was a 13-5 win. This one is down in the turf. 3-1 on Mackenzie Becerra. She singled, home run in the first. 3-1 offering. In for a called strike.
Pappas doing a great job helping with that zone. I mean, she is painting that outer corner, and it's getting called a strike every time. So Southern Utah needs to adjust.
This ball is hammered back to the wall. LB Kahahaway. Kokona looks up, and it is long gone. A 3-run job from Mackenzie Becerra, and Southern Utah flexing its muscle. It's 9-0.
Great at bat for Mackenzie Becerra. Leaves that pitch over, doesn't get it on the corner, and my goodness, Becerra just steps into that one. A no-doubter, deep to center field, a thing of beauty.
Hard for the freshman out of Chino Hills to not just stand back and admire that shot to center field, as her group may have just struck the knockout blow here in the top of the second inning. Is Delaney Wright reeling, still nobody out here in the top of the second.
And for Utah Tech, I mean, offensively, they do a little bit of everything. They do have some power. They do play that small ball, but they're going to need to start to manufacture some runs. I think the key here is maintaining that positivity. You do have a long softball game to go. Unfortunately, you are down 9 runs early and no outs here on the board.
Yeah, and the hard part now as well, obviously you got to score 9 runs, but your margin for error just continues to shrink on the defensive side now. If you're Delaney Wright, you have really got to root in and try to figure out a way to keep them at 9 to give yourself a chance, as this one's going to be chopped weakly on the left side by Ramirez. Kicked around over there, but making the throw to first is the third baseman, Nia Taylor. And there's one away, and it speaks to your point, Kinder. The one thing you can't do is get rattled. You got to make the routine plays and stay composed.
Credit to Taylor for picking that up. She bobbled it, making the throw over to Sanderson. Sanderson having to fully outstretch. Great job keeping the foot on the bag. But that's one of the things Coach Simpkins says we need to play unlocked. We need to play free, and that is challenging to do when you're down 9.
Equally impressive play that time from Summer Sanderson. It's 0-1 now on Savannah Lyra. Lyra walked back in the first inning. As Southern Utah making the most of their runners on base tonight after the 9 left on we talked about last night. They have driven in all 9 that have reached this evening, yet to strand a runner. They've still got a couple of outs to play with here in the second inning. Count now to 2-1.
Coach Williams had said a key coming in, win the pitches. And I'd say so far her Thunderbirds heard that message loud and clear.
Howell back evens the count at 2-2.
Coach Williams also, her big message coming in is, of course, you got your 1 and 2 seed, but she feels like anyone can win. She's won a championship or 2 in her career from the 4 or 5 seed, showing it can be done.
This ball driven into center. Back a couple of steps and then in. It is LB Kahahaway Kekona who makes the play for the out. 2 away now in the second inning. And it's going to bring up Cassidy Munoz, the catcher.
Munoz a tough out at the plate. She drew the walk. It was a back-to-back walk from Lira to Munoz, but she's one that is so disciplined. So Wright is going to have to hit her spots here.
She's taken outside for a ball. One 0 offering. One is fouled back, evens the count at 1-1. Munoz walked back in the first inning, her time to the plate.
Munoz has come a long way. You know, she really worked to earn that top spot, to be that starting catcher, and then her bats have taken off. There's still work to be done. She still has a little bit of that bat lag where she just is a little delayed on the swing, but she's seen success late in this season.
Been away for a ball. 2-1 the count. Right on the way to retire. Munoz. A little bit of momentum back into the dugout. They got to get going offensively and get going quick.
It's a great rise ball pitch from Wright. Might have gone a little bit up and outside the zone, but gets Munoz, gets a piece on it to stay fighting.
That is lined down the first baseline foul. 2-2. Utah Tech bring 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. In the bottom of the inning, will be interesting to see how Randy Simpkins' crew start to approach things offensively. If you bring an aggressive mindset, or if try to show a little bit of patience against Delaney Bakers. Here's the 2-2. That's chopped down the first baseline. That is a foul ball. I think that might have been a good thing for Utah Tech, because if Sanderson fields that running away from Munoz, who can move down the first baseline, I'm not sure if she's able to right her body and throw it over to first. So Munoz will go back. Another opportunity with a 2-2 count. Foul back. Do it again.
Good fight at the plate from Munoz. Benefit of being a catcher. You really know that strike zone well. Has been super disciplined.
Two-two offering. Out back again. And it just shows you that early fight the Thunderbirds have had at the plate. No easy outs for Don Williams' crew.
No, absolutely not. And what it's causing is forcing Delaney Wright to really have to go through some pitches here, causing the Trailblazers to work extra hard for some of these outs.
Fouled back up near 40 pitches early on. And if you're just joining us, Lexi Wilson did not get out of the first inning, as she lasted only 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, walked 2. She'd be the losing pitcher if the decision stays the same. Delaney Wright has tried her best to right the ship since then, and a swinging strike 3 will end the inning, but Southern Utah, they strike for 3 more runs in the second. They do it on 3 hits, no errors, nobody stranded. To the bottom of the second we go, 9-0 Southern Utah. Back live in Stephenville, a beautiful night for softball as we conclude day number 2. As we take a look at our production crew trivia, what iconic movie quote was improvised, Blaine Temez? Jaws, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Wasn't even
I like
in
that.
my top 3.
They say the best stuff's off the cuff. This one is down and in for a ball to Summer Sanderson, 337 hitter on the season. 7 home runs, 27 RBI. So Kendra, obviously heavy lifting to do here. Tall hill to climb. Just put it in context, though, for you. Across the 52-game slate so far, Utah Tech has scored 10 runs, which is what it's going to require to win tonight, only 8 times.
It certainly is a tough opportunity here for Utah Tech. The biggest thing that they need to remember is you're not going to get it all back in one inning. So you got to go one pitch at a time, keep the memory short, and just keep plugging away.
If you're Delaney Baker, you want to act like it's 0-0. That's that old cliche, but you don't want to pitch like it's a 9-run lead. Summer Sanderson digs back in, Riverside, California native. This one is outside for a ball.
If I'm Southern Utah, I want to slam this door shut. I don't want to leave anything open to chance. I want to just continue to tack on the runs, quick innings for Utah Tech's offense, and just deflate this program.
That is going to be slapped through the left side and ended up getting 2 bases. As Summer Sanderson is unable to make the play on the dive, was Isabella Knight. Good effort, but Utah Tech, who desperately needs a counterpunch, have found their footing here to start the second.
And who else to do it other than Summer Sanderson? She's had a great tournament so far, pulls that one, gets it off the shortstop's gloves, and then great recognition from her. Sees an opportunity to go and get second, and now she's in scoring position.
Bailey Howley will now come to the plate. She injected some offense into the Trailblazers in their game earlier today against Tarleton State. An opposite field 2-run home run. Drew the Trailblazers to within 3, but 5 runs was more than enough for Shelby Schultz as she went the distance and sent Tarleton State into the winner's bracket tomorrow. It'll be a terrific matchup at noon when they take on the top seed California Baptist as they hook up after what was an unbelievable series last weekend in California.
It's fun that Tarleton State is hosting the tournament, so now the Lancers get to see the Texans on their home turf. Texans have historically played very well this season at home, 19 wins inside this complex.
I think it's also fitting that Riverside was the site for last year's WAC tournament as well, and talked about it earlier on today, that CBU, once again, they were middle of the road from a seeding standpoint last year, but you saw they had the pieces in place. If they took the next steps, they could have something special, and they put it all together this year. And then Brandon Telesco, the job he's done in year 1, unbelievable. Out in Riverside, one of the top stories in all of college softball. Him and Mark Kumpion, phenomenal jobs this year. They will hook up in what will be a phenomenal matchup. Been a little bit of a one-sided affair tonight in the nightcap. Southern Utah, 6 runs in the first, 3 more in the second if you're just now joining us. Utah Tech trying to chip away at that here with Bailey Howley. She fouls that down the line.
And you're trying to just get solid at-bats, be competitive inside the batter's box. Howley's certainly going to do that, the catcher for this program. And what you mentioned with CBU last year in the tournament, they were not expected to go very far. They caught fire on their home field. And certainly, you know, when you are the host team, you don't want to get knocked out game 1 and are forced to watch the whole tournament. So gave them a little bit of an edge. Texans, they want to go the distance here, hoist up a trophy at home. Nothing better than that.
Two offering, fouled off. By the way, running at second base is Maka Sananini, the Hawaiian. Pinch running for Summer Sanderson. The 2-2 once again from Delaney Baker to Bailey Howley. Chop foul. Howley, who shows bunt, has some speed out of that left-handed batter's box. As this one, she pulls it over to Ramirez at first base, who takes it herself to the bag, one away. As that will now turn the order over to Kennedy Embry, the right fielder.
Great work from Delaney right there. Or excuse me, Delaney Baker. Utah Tech has a Delaney right. Delaney Baker for working that pitch count with Bailey Howley, got the drop for the ground ball, and her infield took care of the rest.
Misses with this one to Embry. So Southern Utah will play their infield back. They will trade a run for an out. 1-0 off. Hit to the third base. Will not be able to do so there as Ramirez snares it and fires across the diamond. Kendra, that's the one thing you could not do.
How about that defensive work over there on third base from Becerra? Just flashes the leather, snags that one, looks at third to try and see if the runner had gotten off the bag, and then just fires away.
Apologies, it's Becerra to Ramirez, I should say. Had it the other way around that time. This one is taken on the outer half. As Nia Taylor comes to the plate. Taylor, a .314 hitter. Home run, 11 runs batted in. She'll need a 2-out knock. I say that, right as I say that, a terrific job behind home plate by Cassidy Munoz. It gets behind her. That could allow the runner Sonic Nene to score.
Munoz, though, she's that vocal leader for the team. She's done so well in tricky situations. She can really adjust to a wild pitch, able to get behind that, put her full body behind that to make that stop.
2-0 is down in the zone. Now 3-0 as Delaney Baker trying to keep Utah Tech off the scoreboard and all the momentum in the Thunderbird dugout. 3-0 offering. That one is in for a called strike as Taylor is taking all the way.
Delaney Baker just paints that corner so good. She's locating the zone really, really well today. Can move left to right. We're seeing some solid stuff from her.
3-1 is down and in. So a 5-pitch walk, and that'll hand it over to Drew McCown, the second baseman.
I say she's hitting her spots, and then she gives up the walk. Just her second, though.
Had first base open, so now that'll allow the middle infielders to go the short way to second. And they will likely look to retire McCown outright, the second baseman, hitting .227 on the season, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. You don't want to say it's a must-hit situation here where you got to score, but Utah Tech, who trail 9-0, you got to get something going offensively, because the other side of that coin, who says the Southern Utah offense is going to stop? They've been firing on all cylinders.
Southern Utah looking really good offensively. Yeah, the deeper you get into this game, the more zeros that the Trailblazers put on that scoreboard, the harder it is to keep a dugout positive. It's one of the highlights for this program is their ability to maintain their energy, but this is certainly a tough one, especially the deeper you go.
Drew McCown digs in. Job by Delaney Baker getting ahead 0-1. A 1 from Baker. Just inside, evens the count at 1-1. McCown, who played in 37 games as a freshman, played in only 24 a season ago. But been another season as a utility player, has played a majority of the year as she loops this one into shallow left field. And getting there but unable to make the play is Tara Lynn Ollison. That will bring home a run. And it'll put runners at first and second, still 2 away.
This is what you're looking for if you're Utah Tech. Take advantage. Allison just has the glove almost horizontal, tilting down. Can't keep it in the leather. And Utah Tech getting a little life here with 2 outs.
Trailblazers. This is where you got to take advantage. Try to hang a crooked number and get yourself back in this game. As digging in is Lauren Jones, the shortstop. Jones hitting 192, no home runs, 14 RBI. Brooklyn Dowdle comes in to run over at first. That is going to get by the catcher Munoz. Moving over to third goes Dowdle. Out to second base goes McCown. So Utah Tech now 2 more runners in scoring position. A great opportunity for Lauren Jones as that one is taken for a ball.
This is what you're looking for. Utah Tech capitalizing on the wild pitch that Munoz loses track of. And now you got 2 more in scoring position. Okay, now are we getting some life? Can this carry over when Southern Utah comes to play?
If you are Don Williams, this is the moment you want Delaney Baker to bear down. Keep Utah Tech at an arm's length. Hitter's count offer. It's popped up right side, foul territory. Ranging over is Ramirez, but she's going to run out of real estate as it ends up in the Trailblazer dugout, and now a crucial payoff pitch coming.
Big opportunity for Lauren Jones, the freshman, to step up, but Delaney Baker got to shut it down, the senior.
That one's grounded back through the middle. Ranging to her left is the shortstop, Knight. She'll fire to first for the final out of the inning, but Utah Tech cracks the scoreboard. They pick up a run on a hit. There was an error. They leave 2 stranded. To the 3rd inning we go in Stephenville, 9-1, Southern Utah. Alea Toscano will lead things off as it's the bottom 3rd of the order for Southern Utah. Who has had everything clicking offensively early on. Kyle Cruz coming to you from the Tarleton State Softball Complex alongside Kinder Sheehan. It is Danny Weiss down in the dugout. Blaine Temez is our producer-director, as Emma Boggs, as this one is bunted foul down the first baseline. Ryan Montgomery and Sabrina Borg are our EVS operators. Caitlin Flanagan is our graphics operator. John Stewart is our technical director. On camera tonight, Dylan Morgan, Alexis Gonzalez, James Flynn, Cody Smith, and Danny Green. Berkeley Fansler is on audio. As it's an 0-1 count. Wright deals that one down and away. So The Trailblazers pick up a rebound run in the bottom of the third. Chip away at the 3 they give up in the top of the inning. You desperately need Delaney Wright to hold serve here.
Yeah, on the other hand, if I'm Southern Utah, I'm tacking on runs. I'm saying, hey, you got one, but I don't want you to get any more confidence rolling through this game. Delaney Wright has work to do inside the circle.
If you're just now joining us in the top of the third, Southern Utah lost their first game of the WAC tournament last night, 3-2 to Utah Valley. They left 9 runners on in that game. They have scored 9 runs tonight, and they have not left a single runner on base. So Don Williams' crew executing at the highest of levels offensively so far as a hitter's count offering to Toscano. That one is taken for a called strike, brings the count full.
A nice changeup pitch from Delaney Wright, catching Toscano off balance. And Coach Williams said if our bottom of the lineup can turn things around, we'll score a lot.
This ball is hammered to center field. Back goes LB Kahahawe Kakona. She finds it just in front of the center field wall for the out. So
good to see from LB, who made 2 errors out there in center field in the first inning. Part of the big reason why Southern Utah was able to tack on some runs. Hasn't lost her confidence, hasn't lost that moxie. It's so important when you're in the center field to have that short memory. Goes back and makes a great grab.
And I apologize to you, Kendra. I set the table improperly for you there. Maka Sanagnini has stayed in defensively out in center field. That is number 2 in Navy. So the Hawaiian makes a terrific defensive play. As a bevy of changes. Brooklyn Dowdle stays in at third base. Kennedy Embry has moved over to first base from right field. Sadie Phillips, she's in right from left. And LB is now in left. So we're playing musical chairs here defensively for the Trailblazers here in the road half of the third inning.
This is what Coach Simpkins likes to do. Keeps us on our toes, and what a blessing for him to be able to have 2 solid center fielders that he can interchange with Maka and LB. LB out there in left field will get a ton of action and a chance to show off what she can do, because those 2 errors do not show just how great of a player she is, how much ground she can cover in her reads on the ball.
Down 8 runs, season on the line. You got to find some way to inject some energy in this crew, and if that's moving the defense around, whatever you can do. I know our folks scoring it next door, just loving all the changes here. We move around, playing Tetris defensively. Is that one misses to Tawny Mazeris. Tawny, her first home run of the season, her first time up, as Delaney Wright may have remembered that right before she delivered the first pitch there. She backs her off the plate as she walks this time around. That home run in the first inning, too, to the deepest part of the park.
Just a thing of beauty. I mean, stepped into that one. That's one, you mentioned it. I mean, you watch that. This is a hard ballpark to score home runs. It's a pitcher's ballpark, and she just got every part of that ball.
Isabella Knight digs in, takes strike 1. Knight 0 for 1. Flew out to center field to round out the first inning as she pops this one up shallow right field. Coming on and making a diving attempt that time is the right fielder Phillips. It's going to get by her. They'll play it back into the infield, but not before Southern Utah has 2 more runners in scoring position, and the offense just continues to flow.
That's that bottom of the lineup production. Isabella Knight takes a look at that one, drives it into shallow field. Phillips trying her best, but unable to make the diving grab. An extra base there. And Southern Utah back in good shape here to continue that offensive momentum.
That'll turn the order over back to the leadoff lady, Tara Lynn Ollison, left fielder for the Thunderbirds, is 1 for 2. Skies this into left field. Ranging over is The center fielder, Sonagnini, she'll play it back in after making the catch. Mazeris will come home to score. And Southern Utah into the double digits now, a 10-1 lead.
Allison doing her job there, gets that one deep enough into left field. Sonagnini, knowing she made that great grab earlier in center field, has a lot of confidence, is that vocal leader, calls off LB, and is able to make that grab at least for an out.
That one is bunted through and fouled off, 0-1 to Michaela Salvatierra. Working on another good ball game, another multi-hit ball game tonight. Tripled in the first, singled in the second. Faces an 0-1 count here against Delaney Wright. Loops this into right center field. This is going to get down for a base hit. Isabella Knight is going to come around from second to score, and Southern Utah just keeps pouring it on here in the third. It's now 11-1.
Southern Utah, everything working for the Thunderbirds. Right into the gap, perfect placement. That's what Salvatierra can do. Brings home another run, and Southern Utah, they didn't like that Utah Tech got a run on them.
2 more rebound runs. That's a killer if you're Randy Simpkins. Any work you've done in the bottom of the second is now erased. As that one is taken down and away by Mackenzie Becerra. Becerra 1 for 1 in this one. Drove home a run in the first and then a home run in the second. A 3-run shot. As this one misses for a ball, nearly clipped Becerra. And actually, it did clip Becerra, so she'll go down to first base. I think she wanted to hit Kendra. I don't think she wanted to go down there. She'll dispatch of the bat and then hand it over now to Ariana Ramirez.
That just grazes the jersey almost. She said, hey, no, come on. Let me get a hit. I mean, after you blast a 3-run home run, she's feeling it.
So now with runners at first and second, Randy Simpkins is going to come out and visit. And I think he wants Courtney Littledyke, Jerry Jones, and Josh Forberger to visit about whether that ball actually hit Sarah. And I think they are going to go take a look at it on the video review. So an interesting time for Randy Simpkins to use the challenge, although I guess down 10 runs, you really can't allow this hill to get any taller.
That's fair. I think, that's also a case if the pitcher said she doesn't believe that she hit the jersey. Coach Simpkins showing a little trust in his players. Anything to give his team some extra time to be able to settle down, relax, talk about the game plan, find a way to get out of this inning. 2 outs on the board. This is where they've struggled, getting out of innings and not allowing those crooked numbers.
I think you also lean on Kinley Pappas, one of your leaders behind the backstop. She had as good a view as anybody of whether or not that ball actually connected with Mackenzie Becerra. And to speak to our original point, I think Mackenzie Becerra would be glad to come back and pick her weapon up and get another opportunity to swing at home plate as we re-rack this game for you. Southern Utah, 20-29 record coming in overall. 0-1 so far at the WAC tournament as we take another look here at the multi-view of Mackenzie Becerra. They lost 3-2 to Utah Valley last night as they look to keep their season alive. 11 runs, 9 hits in air. They have not left a runner on base. Utah Tech, 19-33 overall after their loss to Tarleton State earlier on today. They defeated UTA 7-4 last night to open their action up. So they sit at 1-1 in the conference tournament. A lone run on a hit, 2 errors, and 2 left on. Spirited game of rock, paper, scissors while we kill time in the Charleston State softball complex.
Hey, anything to keep you loose, keep you fresh at the plate. Love a little game of rock, paper, scissors. I didn't catch who won there. Might have been Becerra.
As they do not have enough evidence to overturn the call on the field. And remember, that is where the call on the field is critical. As it'll now be first and second, 2 away. And Ariana Ramirez, dangerous in her own right, will stroll to the dish.
Ramirez, not the person you want to see at the plate if you're trying to get out of an inning. Delaney Wright really going to have to be careful where she puts these pitches, paints that corner zone. Nice pitch.
0-1. Randy Simpkins trying to draw up a way to get out of this for his lefty Delaney Wright, as this one is driven to right field. Ranging over is Sadie Phillips, who makes the dive and the catch to retire Southern Utah in the third. But the Thunderbirds find 2 more runs on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2 runners stranded. We go to the bottom of the third, 11-1, Southern Utah with the lead.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors. No artificial flavors. No artificial sweeteners. And 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water. Is it in you?
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of Western Athletic Conference women's sports, a sub above. And The Venue, official ticketing partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
11-1 the score as we move to the home half of the third inning. It will be Savannah Lira that will lead things off. Actually, scratch that, excuse me. That is Sadie Phillips, pardon me. Lira will lead off things for Southern Utah in the 4th inning, as she wants to have a quick word with Randy Simpkins now in the third base box. 0-1 the count. And Delaney Baker, 2 innings, a lone hit, a lone run that was not earned. Got a lot of breathing room.
She certainly does. Delaney Baker, it's going to catch me every time here in game number 4. Delaney Baker been in complete control against this Utah Tech offense. Sadie Phillips, your leadoff. Can you spark something here?
Lexi Wilson started, but it's the battle of the Delaneys here down the stretch between Southern Utah and Utah Tech. As Phillips is 0 for 1 tonight, struck out swinging her first time, the lone strikeout victim of Delaney Baker as the 1-1 offering. Chopped down the first baseline, but foul. Brings the count 2-1-2. Southern Utah, 6 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Utah Tech, that lone run in the second. They're going to have to get the offense moving quickly here. They bring the top of the order to the plate. 1-2 offering. Just missed.
Getting on base is just critical right now for Utah Tech. You want Sadie Phillips on those base pads. She's 6th all-time in Utah Tech's program history in stolen bases. She's only missed 1 of her attempts so far this season.
Good looking swing there as she serves it back through the middle for a base hit. So Phillips is on to lead off the bottom of the third, and will bring up Kinley Pappas, the catcher.
Exactly what you're looking for. Your Utah Tech. Now you have Pappas. She's able to get on base. Can she ignite this offense? If someone's going to do it, it's got to be your WAC Player of the Year.
As you start inching towards 5th inning, too, you've got to be able to extend this game as well. So being able String together some runs is critical for Utah Tech as this one is taken for a called strike. Pappas walked back in the first inning, her first time to the plate. Takes that one down and in. What makes it tough, you bring up the great point, Phillips, who's 19 of 20 on the pass this year. An extra base hit will likely score her. Unfortunately, with the 10-run deficit, you're likely going station to station here, as you don't want to run into outs on the base paths, as that one is fouled at home plate, now 1-2.
That is a great point. I mean, on the other side, do you push it? Do you be a little aggressive? I mean, at this point, you're down 10. Do you have a whole lot to lose? Limited outs.
Got to facilitate offense somehow. That's a great point. 2-2 as Baker battles with Kinley Pappas. On deck, it's LB Kahahawe Kekona. The threatening bats. Maybe the most threatening bat at the plate. Foul tips that one back. Does Pappas 54 RBI, leads all Trailblazers.
And that one, Baker caught Pappas chasing a little low and outside. She's shaking off her wrist there. The ball bounced back up.
Well, and you see shaking that hand off. I think what happened, Kendra, is she caught it off the tail end of that bat. You catch it there, or if you catch it on the hands, sends that reverb up. You kind of got to shake it off, gives you that tingly feeling. So right there trying to get her bearings here as Baker gets ready to deliver the 2-2 offering. Here it comes. That one misses down and away. You see what makes Kinley Pappas such a tough at bat. Only 27 strikeouts in 167 at bats.
A really good eye at the plate. She was still shaking off her hand as she came back to the batter's box here, though.
Rounded over to second, could be two. Second baseman Mazeras will go to short for one. The throw to first is not in time. Strong throw from Knight, but Pappas runs too well, and there's one away. They get the lead runner. As Knight, great job on the transfer and a strong throw. Not a lot of catchers move like Kinley Pappas. Talked about her family lineage earlier. As LB Kahahawe Kekona digs in. 1 on, 1 out. Fouls this one off down the first baseline. Delaney Baker, much like Paige Armendariz, who controlled the game before us, and a lot like we saw from Lily Riley and Riley Nielsen last night, Kendra, she's done a good job getting ahead in the count this evening.
And that's been a big part of pitchers having success really throughout this whole tournament.
That one just over the glove of Mazeras and into right field. Playing it back in quickly is Salvatierra, but not before runners are at first and second now. As Kahahawe Kekona with a base knock, and now Summer Sanderson back to the dish.
A good look by LB. Gets that one over. Mazeras tries to get up for that, but it's too high. LB doing her job there to extend this inning, get some more people on base. And now you have Sanderson, who's been lights out.
Randy Simpkins. See if he gets a pinch runner here. Come to the plate.
And for LB, we talked about how she missed that first game because she was graduating. Her father coming all the way up from Hawaii. She's a first-generation college graduate, and that's one of the big highlights. You know, this weekend will go down in her family and history books, and just for her to be able to walk across that stage, to have her dad do it after her mom passed away right before she attended Utah Tech. I mean, just a big moment for LB.
In this day and age of the transfer portal and NIL, that is not something that's focused on enough. Our first-generation college students who have that opportunity afforded them by their craft. As Summer Sanderson digs in. 1-for-1 doubled back in the second inning. Faces an 0-1 count. That one is taken for a ball, 1-1. It's Pappas out at second. Kahahawe Kekona over at first. Pappas reached on the fielder's choice. LB reached on the singles. This one's grounded softly over to the shortstop, Knight, who once again delivers a strike over to first base. The runners move up 60 feet respectively. Pappas to third. Kahahawe Kekona over to second base. But more importantly now, 2 away. And it is going to take a hit from Bailey Howley. As that'll bring a visit to the circle. Thunderbirds want to get organized. Another critical moment, the exact same one that Delaney Baker faced in the second inning. Second and third, 2 away. Found a way to get the big third out. She'll look to do the same here in the third.
And she'll have to go against Bailey Howley, who's every bit as capable of blasting this out of the park if she gets a good pitch. But Delaney Baker, she's the one I want inside the circle. She's shown a lot of composure. This is really a Southern Utah pitching staff that has a variety of players that can come in. But you have a competitor like Baker, her senior campaign, wants the ball and knows she can get out of this inning. She'll go to some of her good stuff, might show that drop ball. She can also get that rise. So solid.
You look back to the game today for Utah Tech against Tarleton State. Down 5-0 in the fourth. You feel like it's getting away from them. Can't find any traction offensively. It was Bailey Howley who came to the plate, kind of re-energized the Trailblazers. They'll look for her to do that again here in the nightcap. Season's on the line right now as she fouls that one off. And this could very well be the last stand for Utah Tech. If you can't hang a crooked number, you're talking about 6 outs to score 10 runs. So you got to start getting this going. As Howley, 0-for-1, grounded out to the first baseman Ramirez in the second inning, her first time to the plate. Shows bunt. Pops it up left side. Becerra gives it a look, but that one will end up on the concourse. And now Bailey Howley's got to choke up and protect with the 0-2 count.
And this is where you saw, helping out your teammates. Phillips set the tone. She was able to get on base. LB gets on base. You got 2 runners on. Now Howley.
Down and away. 1-2 the count. Misses. Down and away, and the deuces are wild. 2-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the third. 2 on as well. That one's hit sharply through the right side for a base hit. Pappas comes home to score. The throw is cut off by Ramirez, and Utah Tech's a run closer. It's 11-2.
Great piece of hitting from Bailey Howley to get a run to come across. Good work from Salvatierra in the back to make that nice throw to limit any more damage.
That'll put runners at the corners, 2 away. And it will give Kennedy Embry an opportunity to come to the plate. Down in the turf for a ball. Embry 0-for-1 for Utah Tech. Rounded out to third in the second inning. Another good stop that time for Munoz behind home plate. Keeps the runner over at third base.
That's back-to-back pitches for Baker that have gone low to the dirt and outside. Credit to Munoz for being there. We'll see what this one brings.
2-0. Down and in the turf for a ball. 3-0. So Southern Utah, a 9-run lead, and this appears to be Delaney Baker's game for the foreseeable future because there's nobody up in the bullpen right now. 3-0 offering coming. That one's in for a called strike.
Coach Williams trusting her senior. And nobody warming up really in either bullpens, but certainly not for the Thunderbirds. It's all Delaney Baker here.
Missed for a ball, so now that will load the bases. And Utah Tech trying to claw back into this game. We look this season for Delaney Baker, just a little context about how long that rope can be for her throughout a game. This one's taken for a ball. She has pitched 5 innings, done it on a handful of occasions, done it against Michigan, Maine, ironically Utah Tech, ACU, so she can give you 5, has never given the Thunderbirds more than 5 this season, as this one is in for a called strike, evens the count at 1-1, comes up in the biggest spot of the game thus far for her, as Brooklyn Dowdle stands at the plate. Dowdle, a 152 hitter. Fouls that one, and now she's going to have to battle with a 1-2 count.
Dowdle, your 4th-year veteran with the program, the senior, getting a chance to come in here in a pinch hit situation. We've seen big moments from pinch hitters, and no bigger than this one with the bases juiced.
That ball is hit to the left center field. That's going to get down and split the outfielders. To Hawaii, Kekona comes home to score from third. Bailey Howley is in from second. Kennedy Embry is in, and a 3-run double has changed the complexion of this game. It's all of a sudden 11-5.
Huge at-bat for Brooklyn Dowdle. I mean, just take a look at this. Steps in, goes right into the left center gap. Ball goes all the way back to the wall, and those speedy base runners for Utah Tech able to clear it.
Right when it looked like Utah Tech was dead in the water, now all of a sudden this has changed a little bit. 11-5 the score as Delaney Baker and her ladies have joined in the circle.
This is one of the things that, you know, Southern Utah, you can't do in these situations where you have such a big lead. You basically have closed the door, but you didn't. You left it a little bit open, and now Utah Tech is clawing their way back. Still no one warming up in the bullpen.
As the Thunderbirds, who have been terrific offensively in this game, 11 runs on 9 hits so far. They're starting to see the defense throw some kinks in the armor, as Delaney Baker has seen this come unraveled in the third, a 4 spot now as they've gone to the monitors, see, and Kennedy Embry, that's a bang-bang play. She might be out.
And this would be huge for Southern Utah. Gets them out of the inning, one fewer run comes across.
As it's a tight play at home. The hard part is you have a hard time seeing that lead foot and whether or not it actually came across home plate, because if they were waiting for that foot that's tucked under, she is out if that is the case, as we wait for the call here at the Tarleton State Softball Complex, as this is going to give us the look here. It's tight. Safe. Once again, I think that's where the call on the field is critical.
Yeah, it's so hard to overturn something if it's not clear and cut, and there you really had a tough time being able to see the angle and tell.
So it stays an 11-5 game. Southern Utah will go to their bullpen. As they do, we'll step aside. Back after this on ESPN+. Carleton State softball complex. Kendra, Riley Nielsen got Southern Utah off on the right foot in the circle yesterday. Now they'll turn to her sister Avery to try to close the door in the third inning tonight.
Avery Nielsen, the freshman from Tucson, a 4.81 ERA. The number here to be concerned with, 45 strikeouts, 45 walks, so she'll need to limit the freebies, but head coach Don Williams loves the diversity that she can throw. She goes more up in the zone, and she complements Delaney Baker really well, who's that heavy down drop ball pitcher. So definitely trying to catch Utah Tech off guard here.
She'll look to turn over a new leaf against the Trailblazers. She pitched only once against them this year, and she took the loss in a 13-5 decision. Only went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 4, struck out 2. So she'll look for some success tonight, as it's a 1-1 count on Drew McCown. This one is taken down in the zone for a ball, 2-1. McCown out to left field her first time to the plate.
I just love the sister dynamic, too, on the team. Sometimes you have sisters like Shelby Schultz and Casey Schultz, but this time they're both inside the circle, playing that same position, pushing each other. Easy to recruit a freshman in Avery when Riley loves the program. And, hey, they got some music in them as well. They play guitar. They sing together. A great addition for this program.
We'll look for the right tune here against Drew McCown, as that one misses outside for a ball. And just as you mentioned, Kendra, the one Achilles heel has been the walk, and it comes to light early on in this appearance.
It's one of the things that Nielsen is going to have to work through. She's a freshman going through those growing pains. Coach Williams knows that she's going to develop into a great pitcher over the course of the year. She can work through some struggles. Coach Williams has liked using her as a closer. She'll have to work her way out of this situation. Just needs one out, though.
2 on, 2 out as Dowdle at second. She cleared the bases with a 3-run double. McCown now over at first. Lauren Jones to the plate. Swings through that one, and actually that is going to be Abby Davidson hitting for Lauren Jones. So Davidson hits here in the bottom of the third inning. It's been an offensive affair as this one swung through. They throw behind the runner at first, back in with a slide. Oh, and 2 the count. As Avery Nielsen tries to get the Thunderbirds out of the inning. That one's pop foul. And you want to retire Davidson here because it's Sadie Phillips in the top of the order that stands on deck.
And you have an opportunity here with Davidson, the freshman. Not a whole lot of at-bats. She's known for her hustle.
Right there, Avery Nielsen wins the battle as she ends the inning. But Utah Tech, they find a counterpunch. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 stranded. We go to the fourth, 11-5, Southern Utah. Back live here in the Tarleton State Softball Complex as Utah Tech needed desperately to find something offensively, Kendra, and they hung a crooked number in the bottom of the third.
And just as you thought Utah Tech had lost all hope in the game, no, the Trailblazers, they fight back. They had to fight to get into this tournament, and they're not giving up now. Really love to see that. And Southern Utah now has an opportunity. Okay, how do you respond?
I hate to play repeater, Kendra. You got to pitch a 0 up here if you're Delaney Wright. You got to find a way here to stand tall defensively as they've started to find themselves on the offensive side. It's not going to be easy, though, as it'll be Savannah Lyra to lead things off in the top of the 4th inning. 0 for 1 tonight. Walked in the first, flew to center in the second. Skies that one down the right field line. 0-2.
This is going to be a huge inning for Delaney Wright, the freshman, in the postseason. This is where all the pieces come together. You're no longer a freshman. You've got the experience. Put it together here and help your team.
So misses down and away. 1-2 the count. As Delaney Wright has reached the 60-pitch plateau. It'll be Lyra, Munoz, and Toscano for Southern Utah, who have kept the pressure on offensively since the first pitch. We'll go back to that first inning for the Thunderbirds. Terilyn Allison grounded out, but then Michaela Salvatierra tripled to right center, and they really have not relented since then.
No, I mean, it has been an offensive party for Southern Utah, getting things going, everybody having a day. We highlighted Salvatierra in the open for good reason because she had that huge triple. Everything else just kept on rolling from there.
When you look, they've done a little bit of everything offensively this evening. 5 singles, a double, a triple, 2 home runs, 3 walks. Add it all up, it's 11 runs for Southern Utah, as that one's up and away for a ball. 2-2.
But Southern Utah, on the other hand, I mean, this is 2 rival schools separated by about 40 miles, trying to compete in the postseason. You leave the door open, Utah Tech has found a way. Southern Utah needs to close that. You'd want to get out of this one in as few innings as possible. Get yourself some rest and get set for tomorrow.
Fouled off. We've got some defensive notes for you here. Lauren Jones has re-entered for Abby Davidson at shortstop. Kennedy Embry now playing right field. Summer Sanderson remains in the game at first. LB Kahawe Kekona now playing center field from left, and Sadie Phillips from left to right. Round and round the merry-go-round we go for Utah Tech defensively here, as Delaney Wright toes the rubber. 2-2 count on Savannah Lyra. Back through the circle for a base hit. To the 10th hit of the night for Southern Utah, and they've got another base runner.
And I just love watching the growth of Savannah Lyra over the course of her freshman campaign. Was just swinging out of her shoes really the first half of the season. Coach had a reminder, hey, you don't have to swing at everything. Have that patience. Have that good eye at the plate. She's worked on that so much, and you can see it paying off here in the postseason.
Doesn't play like a freshman, that's for sure, as this one is taken by Cassidy Munoz, the catcher. The ball is hammered down the third baseline. Nice snare over there by the third baseman, Brooklyn Dowdle, as she grabs it for the out. So 1 away now. More solid contact, though, from the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, great at-bat from Munoz. I mean, goes the opposite way. Just a line drive pretty much right at Dowdle, but credit to Dowdle for coming in that third base and being ready.
That one is taken by Alea Toscano. offering from right. Inside, just missed clipping Toscano, the center fielder, who is 1 for 2 this evening. Single to center in the first, flew to center in the third. Takes that one up and away. And Kinley Pappas wants to go visit with her left-hander, Delaney Wright, who is now up above the 70-pitch plateau.
I'll tell you, just from speaking with Kinley Pappas, she's a very positive person, very positive teammate. She gives her pitcher Wright a pat on the back and then just has some words of encouragement. Hey, let's slow down, give her a chance to reset, work out of this.
In case you were wondering, other available arms for Utah Tech, you've got Soren Garten, who actually is the workhorse for this crew. 122 innings pitched this year. And then you've also got Riley Price and Cameron Pickett, as this one misses for a ball. 4-pitch walk, puts runners at first and second, 1 away. And that'll bring up Tani Mazeris. Mazeris, a home run to the deepest part of the park back in the second inning. She's 1 for 1, and I think that may do it for Delaney Wright. As Randy Simpkins makes the change, we'll take the break. 11-5. Southern Utah knocking on the door again. Back to the City of Champions after this. Cameron Pickett, the sophomore, who will come in to try to retire Southern Utah in the fourth inning. Limited action this year, Kendra, means the Thunderbirds don't have a ton of film on the righty.
No, that's a benefit for Utah Tech. Coach Simpkins talked about Pickett, saying she's got the best velocity on the staff, hit 64 to 66, just needs to be more consistent. Limited innings, but a chance to catch Southern Utah by surprise.
Has pitched only 3 times in about the last 2 months. A third of an inning at San Diego, inning and 2/3 against UTA, and she pitched a third of an inning in an 8-3 loss to Tarleton State on the 24th of April. That was the last time she saw the circle. She comes up in a big situation here. Her team trailing by 6, and Michelle De La Cruz to the plate. De La Cruz had the game-tying home run for Southern Utah yesterday against Utah Valley, albeit short-lived, as the Wolverines would take the lead in the next inning. And that would be the deciding score, a 3-2 win for the green and white. As De La Cruz peers out at Cameron Pickett. Right back at Pickett, who snares it, throws to first for the double play. Wow. Cameron Pickett, welcome to the game as she ends the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, a runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 11-5, Southern Utah the lead. as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cameron Pickett inserts herself into this game immediately as she snares the line drive back to the circle, goes to first with a double play, and now her group will look to carry that momentum into the bottom of the inning. Kinder, they couldn't set it up better. Top of the order, Sadie Phillips leads it off.
A big opportunity here for Utah Tech. I mean, 4 runs coming across in the bottom of the third. Carry that momentum.
So 0-1 the count on Phillips. A terrific table setter for Randy Simpkins. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging in the first, singled in the third. It's now 1-1. Crowd's thinned out a little bit here in the nightcap. There's a heavy crowd at the Tarleton State Utah Tech game earlier on today, as that one is in for a called strike. Just like you saw with CBU last year at Riverside, heavy home contingent for the purple and white. As the 1-2 offering coming from Avery Nielsen. Swung on and missed. Change up from Avery Nielsen as she pulled the string on Sadie Phillips. And you can see why she's had a successful season, as we're going to go down to the dugout now. Danny Weiss is alongside the head coach of Southern Utah, Don Williams.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you've had a strong defense. How are you keeping that consistent this weekend?
You know, we're just focusing on one pitch at a time and focusing on the process and just getting outs. Yeah, getting 21 outs.
You've talked about keeping competitive pitches throughout the game. What do you say to your pitchers to keep that mindset?
You know, they can't get ahead of themselves. One pitch at a time, like that's our motto, and process oriented, and so they just got to have small misses, competitive pitches, and keep it around the zone.
Thank you, Coach. Guys?
Danny Weiss alongside Don Williams, her crew playing from ahead. That one down and away. And for a team that's 9 games under 500, Avery Nielsen's kept on winning this year, 7-3 on the season coming into this outing. As that one is hit over to first base, making the play. Ramirez, she'll take it to the bag, and quickly 2 away here in the fourth.
But you see a lot of promise with Southern Utah. 13 underclassmen this year, and what they've been able to do and string some hits together and have some success here in this postseason, and then have a freshman pitcher like Avery Nielsen. I mean, this program moving forward is in a good place.
Ball's driven to right field. Tough play, but tracking it down is the right fielder, Michaela Salvatierra, for the final out of the inning. So easy peasy for Avery Nielsen, and she finds the bounce back inning. For Southern Utah, 11-5 our score. We go to the 5th in Stephenville.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, baby-like wonder, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea.
Get the Boardwalk Bundle, a number 2 sub, chips and a drink for $10.99. Available for a limited time.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Clutch Seats. Get in on the action. Don't miss the save. Scoring tickets has never been easier. Get your tickets now at soldout.com. Soldout.com is a proud partner of the Western Athletic Conference.
Across the country, there are destinations that are calling. We stand proudly above the ranks, a testament to our unwavering commitment to excellence in all that we do. Always embracing the extraordinary.
7 dynamic cities, home to 7 world-class institutions.
The Western Athletic Conference. Together, we are one WAC.
The Western Athletic Conference would like to thank its great corporate partners for sponsoring the 2026 University Credit Union WAC Softball Championship. University Credit Union, the official financial institution partner of the Western Athletic Conference. Gatorade, proud to support the Western Athletic Conference. And SoldOut.com. Visit SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the Western Athletic Conference.
9-1-2 for the Thunderbirds. In the top of the 5th inning, Isabella Knight will lead things off. Takes that pitch up in the zone. Knight is 1 for 2. She flew to center in the first, doubled in the third. West Jordan, Utah native. 2-time second team All-State member at West Jordan High School. That one taken for a called strike. That's a good soccer school, is West Jordan. As perennial power Utah Valley likes to dip into West Jordan a time or two on the soccer side, as this one is going to be lined through for a base hit. And Kendra, another leadoff base runner. They have kept the pressure on from the first pitch on tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what Southern Utah needed to do. Isabella Knight carrying over from her last at-bat where she doubled, and that really started getting another set of scoring going for the Thunderbirds, following that up at the top of the order. When Coach Williams says they get production from the bottom, they are scary. They will score in bunches, and they've proved that today.
Cameron Pickett will have to work against more traffic. She had that terrific play to close out the top of the 4th. And that was the first scoreless inning for Southern Utah tonight. Got a couple of runners on, and then Pickett, as fast as she threw it in, it was right back in her lap, snared the line drive, threw it over to her first baseman, Summer Sanderson, for the out.
It was a great opportunity to happen to Pickett just because coming in to the circle, limited reps inside the circle. You come in a sticky situation, you get out of the jam, it has to give you some confidence. You look at Pickett's numbers, 19 walks, 4 strikes. She's got to locate the zone here, and she's doing that right now.
That adrenaline wasn't already flowing. That'll get the blood pumping, having that line drive fired back at you like that as she pitches with a 2-1 count, 1 on here in the top of the 5th inning. Southern Utah, 6 runs in the first inning, 3 in the second, 2 more in the third, and they're working on it here again in the 5th as they've got 2 on, nobody out, as Terrellyn Ollison moves the line, her second hit of the evening.
Ollison just driving that right through the gap, left center field. Southern Utah continues the hitting party, 11 so far.
The last person you want to see coming to the plate now, Michaela Salvatierra, 3-hit night already.
12 hits.
That one misses for a ball, and now Pickett will work from behind. So outside of that 3-run double for Utah Tech, not much has gone their way this evening. 1-0 offering coming to Salvatierra. That one's in for a called strike, leaving the count at 1-1.
It's pretty impressive. Southern Utah, 12 hits, 11 runs have come across, been very efficient with bringing runners home, clearing those bases, giving everybody a chance to cross home plate.
This is the 1-1 offering. That one's bunted down the third baseline. And Kendra, right there, Michaela Salvatierra could not have gone and placed that softball in a better place than she did just now.
Oh my goodness, textbook bunt right there. Clip that video and show to anyone looking for how to get it done. Brooklyn Dowdle on that third base side coming down there and watching it, and now dangerous situation. No outs on the board, the bases are loaded, and you're in the 5th inning.
As it'll now bring Mackenzie Becerra to the plate. She's already got a 3-run home run to her credit tonight. Hits with the bases loaded. Missed for a ball. 1-0. Ariana Ramirez on deck, then it's Savannah Lira. So the quote-unquote small ball Thunderbirds, they have ditched that mantra tonight as this one's going to get away from the catcher. not far enough for Knight to scamper home. And Kinder, you could play aggressively, up 6 runs, but I think the way you've swung the bat, you'll play station to station gladly here in the 5th inning.
Everything working on offense for Southern Utah. It's clicking at the right time. They're putting the pieces together on defense as well. Really tough to beat right now.
That one misses for a ball, and now she has run the count to 3-0, and they've got nowhere to put Mackenzie Becerra.
And this one, you've seen what Becerra can do, going yard. You don't necessarily want to walk another run in, but is that a better option?
Does just that right there. That will force home Knight from third. Allison will go over to third base herself. Salvatierra to second, and Mackenzie Becerra with another RBI. She's now got 5 of them tonight to move her team high to 42. And Cameron Pickett will see her night come to a close. As Utah Tech warms up their new pitcher, we will take the timeout on ESPN Plus. Southern Utah, the 12-5 lead, looking for the knockout blow in the 5th. In Stephenville, 12-5 the score, and it'll be the Mesquite, Nevada native Riley Price to the circle.
4th pitcher inside the circle for the Trailblazers, a high ERA, limited innings pitched is 37. Again, as you're moving deeper into this bullpen, you're getting a lot of inconsistencies inside the circle. 35 walks compared to 20 strikeouts. She's just known to eat some innings. You had Soren Garden, who had that full, complete game, so trying to give other pitchers a chance here.
They'll hit it over to first here. Going to the bag is the first baseman, Sanderson, for the out. Coming home to score is Tara Lynn Ollison, but a critical detail missed there. That now puts it with the 8-run advantage. Needed to try to come home and keep it a 7-run game.
That was huge for Southern Utah.
As Ollison slides in safely. To make it a 13-5 game, Savannah Lira digs in with runners at second and third, still only 1 out. Lira 1 for 2 this evening for Southern Utah. Walked in the first, flew to center in the second, singled in the 4th. 1-0 offering. That one's going to be hit over to short. Gobbling that one up is the shortstop, Lauren Jones. She will throw to first for the out. Coming home to score, a beautifully timed break that time is Michaela Salvatierra, and she'll lengthen the lead even further. It's 14-5.
We've seen what Salvatierra can do on the bases. You take a look at Jones over there. She looked to her right before throwing cross to get that out, but Salvatierra too fast, and that gives Southern Utah another insurance run.
One up and away for a ball. To Cassidy Munoz, the Southern Utah catcher. 1-0 offering coming from Riley Price. Fouled back. Munoz, the only Thunderbird without a hit tonight, 0 for 2 so far. By the way, we'll give you the numbers for Cameron Pickett, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 1, did not strike out a batter, as this one is going to go by the catcher. Kinley Pappas back to the backstop, ricochets back to her, so it did not get nearly far enough away for the runner at second, Becerra, to move on over. So the count now 2-1, with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Leaving it up now.
That was really a smart play by Becerra. She looked, she moved for a second, realized play it safe here. 2 outs on the board. That doesn't need to be a reason to end this inning when your offense is once again kick-started here.
2-2 the count. Pitch to Munoz. Up and away for a ball. Munoz walked in the first, struck out swing in the second, and then lined out sharply to Brooklyn Dowdle in the 4th. Has scored a run tonight. Payoff pitch coming. Fouled back.
One thing Cassidy Munoz is going to do is fight at the plate. We've seen lengthy at-bats from the catchers, extending that pitch count.
3-2 to Munoz. Grounded to the right side, should end the inning. McCown will flip it over to first for the final out. But Southern Utah tacks on 3 more runs on 3 hits, no errors. They leave a runner stranded. We go to the 5th inning. Utah Tech need a pair of runs to push us forward. Mackenzie Becerra with our Jersey Mike's play of the game. A tape measure shot to center field. That is the Southern Utah offense in a nutshell tonight.
Great at-bat from Mackenzie Becerra. Helped bust this thing wide open. Becerra just having an overall stellar game. Has driven in 5 of the 14 runs. The freshman showing up big in the postseason.
As Avery Nielsen will look to slam the door now. In the bottom of the 5th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Summer Sanderson leads things off. Sanderson 1 for 2, doubled in the second, grounded to short in the 3rd.
This is who I want in the batter's box if I am Randy Simpkins. She's had quite the tournament, 1 for 2 like you'd mentioned, but just has that extra moxie inside the batter's box. Very competitive and has been a tough out all tournament.
If you're the Trailblazers, you have one goal, and that is to reach base and move the line here with only 3 outs standing between the end of their season. 1-1. Just missed. As we look forward to what is going to be an exciting day number 2. This one Misses. Now a hitter's count 3-1. A terrific semifinal winners bracket matchup tomorrow as California Baptist, the #1 seed and regular season champions, take on the host and #2 Tarleton State Texans. That one fouled back. Utah Valley awaits the winner of this one. And then the loser of that CBU Tarleton State game will play the winner of game number 8, the Utah Valley and what it appears to be is Southern Utah at 3 o'clock as that one misses. And objective number 1, get the leadoff lady on. The Trailblazers have done that here in the 5th.
The Utah Tech setup here. Now you bring on Howley, who's had some success in this tournament. Biggest thing for Nielsen, finding that zone. She's even numbers in strikes to walks coming into this. Have to locate the strike zone.
Deals here to Bailey Howley, who is 1 for 2 on the evening. Howley grounded out to first base in the 2nd as she drives this to left field. Moving over is Terrelyn Ollison. She'll make the catch for the out. So 1 away here in the home half of the 5th inning. And that'll now bring up Kennedy Embry, the right fielder.
Good work in the outfield by Ollison. I think the ball was moving a little bit quicker. It was a shuffle run, textbook to get under it and make the catch. And now you give your freshman pitcher just 2 more outs to come in and finish the job.
This ball is popped foul on the third base side, unable to get there. Is the catcher Munoz, 0-1 the count. It's Kennedy Embry 0 for 1 this evening. Embry grounded out to third base in the 2nd inning. Also walked tonight. Faces a 1-1 count against Avery Nielsen. Swing and a miss. Looking pitch up in the zone that time. She'll have to battle now 1-2.
I like what I'm seeing from Nielsen. Came in freshman in the postseason and has just looked commanding inside the circle. I think part of that is credit to her big sis, Miley Nielsen, the redshirt junior pitcher, showing a ton of support in that dugout. Sometimes it helps just to have your big sister looking on, giving you some pieces of advice during the inning.
1-2 count. Up in the zone for a ball throw behind the runner over at first. Back in with a slide is Summer Sanderson. Two-two. And the turf for a ball. Brings it full now. 3-2. Payoff pitch from Nielsen. Missed ball 4, so now 2 on with 1 out as now Brooklyn Dowdle will come to the plate. Dowdle had the big swing tonight for Utah Tech. 3-run double to left center field as she comes up with 2 more on.
Yeah, it was that 3-run double that forced Southern Utah to make the pitching change and bring in Nielsen.
This is for a ball, 1-0. McCown on deck, Lauren Jones in the hole, and then it's back to the top of the Utah Tech order. And to keep this game alive in the bottom of the 5th as that one in for a called strike, evens the count at 1-1.
Now Nielsen, she does have those inconsistencies, but the thing about her is she really can go across side to side, so nice change up there.
Pulled the string on Brooklyn Dowdle. She's going to have to wait back as the count is now 1-2.
She's very unpredictable. She moves it around the strike zone, and that has allowed her to have a little bit of success.
Down for a ball, 2-2 the count. 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Throws the chair to Dowdle. The third walk for Nielsen. It gets 3 strikeouts. As you take a look there, Dowdle once again way out in front. And Avery Nielsen an out away from sending Southern Utah into day 3 action of the WAC tournament.
Forcing Dowdle go chase that one. Huge strikeout there for the freshman.
2 away. Drew McCown digs in. First pitch in the turf for a ball. And get far enough away from Munoz for Sanderson or Embry to advance. McCown 0 for 1. Walked in the third. (1-0). Taken for a called strike, 1-1. (1-1) offering. That one's chopped foul. Brings the count to 1-2.
You can just see the confidence from Nielsen, especially when she gets ahead in the count, when she got that first strikeout. Had a little bit of flair to her, and especially getting that last strikeout. I mean, these are big moments that she's going to be able to carry the rest of her collegiate career. Great experience.
Drew McCown down to her final strike. That'll bring it to 2-2 with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Utah Tech trying to keep their season alive. (2-2). Swung on and missed. Avery Nielsen slams the door in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A couple of runners stranded for Utah Tech as they see their season come to a close. Southern Utah improves to 21-29 with the victory as they move forward into semifinal action tomorrow as they will take on the 4 seed Utah Valley. Utah Tech sees their season come to an end. The 19-34 record, Kendra, and the Southern Utah offense, they won the night.
They were electric from the get-go, high energy. You could tell they came in knowing we have to get this done. And then I just love the way that ended for the Thunderbirds. Back-to-back strikeouts to end it for the freshmen inside the circle. Great overall game by the Thunderbirds.
8 of the 9 in the starting lineup collected a hit tonight for Southern Utah, led by the 4-for-4 outing for Michaela Salvatierra. Mackenzie Becerra had the big 3-run home run. Tawny Mazaris with a big shot in the bottom of the order. Truly a team effort from Southern Utah to keep their season alive as they will take on Utah Valley, as I mentioned, tomorrow, once again in an elimination game, as the winner of that will take on the loser of the Tarleton State California Baptist matchup. That will be a noon start time to kick off semifinal action tomorrow with the top 2 seeds of this tournament. And Kendra, so far through 2 days, we've seen a little bit of everything here in the WAC softball tournament.
Hey, it's been an exciting 6 games of the tournament. We had 2 on the first day, 4 here today. Pitchers, duels, high-powered offenses. Cannot wait for the showdowns we're going to see in the semifinals.
I think it is time to go down and join Danny Weiss for our signature championship rings post-game interview. She stands by with Don Williams.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you're going into round 3 against Utah Valley tomorrow. What should we expect?
You know, it's going to be a battle. This will be our, 5th game in 1 week that we played Utah Valley, and so it's going to be the team that makes the most adjustments offensively and defensively, and they're a really tough, competitive ball club, and so we're going to have to show up tomorrow.
Your offense hit the ground running from the beginning. How are you feeling in those moments?
I mean, it's so nice when we come out hot. It definitely eases the pressure off our pitchers and our defense, and so it was really nice to see that from our offense.
Your defense also had some strong plays today. What was going through your head?
We've been playing tough defense all year, and so I think we're playing pretty well right now, and we just got to keep playing one pitch at a time and getting the outs.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank
Guys.
you. Go T-Birds.
Thank you, Danny. Our signature championship rings post-game interview as Don Williams' offense flexes its muscle tonight and keeps its season alive. Our producer tonight was Blaine Temez. Director was Emma Boggs, Ryan Montgomery, and Sabrina Borg on our replay operators. Caitlin Flanagan was our graphics operator. John Stewart, our technical director. Berkeley Fansler was our audio engineer. Dylan Morgan, Alexis Gonzalez, James Flynn, Cody Smith, and Danny Green were on our cameras this evening. This has been a special presentation of the Western Athletic Conference and ESPN. All games airing live or archived on the ESPN app. For Kendra Sheehan and Danny Weiss, this is Kyle Cruz saying so long from Stephenville. Southern Utah flies high and into the winner's bracket tomorrow.